Welcome to Louisiana. Today we are going to go to New Orleans for the next 4 days, so let's have some fun. Well, I seem to be having some issues with my microphone, so if the sound on this vlog is not great, I really apologize. But I can't seem to get my microphone to work right, and I'm not sure what the problem is, but we'll keep playing with it and I'll see if I can't fix it after this. But I made it to New Orleans. I'm staying in a hostel pretty close to downtown. It was not that expensive per night. I'm staying here with a friend, and yeah, everything looks clean, looks nice, and so there are a lot of choices of places to stay in New Orleans, whether you have a little budget or a big budget, and this place pretty nice for a little budget. So to give you a better idea, this hostel has 4 people per room, but luckily tonight it's just myself and my friend. Bottom bunk, top bunk, and it has a ensuite bathroom, which is very nice to have the sink, toilet, and the shower all together. So yeah, not bad at all for the price point that it's at.
Okay, so you might see that, yes, I'm sitting on the floor, but it's probably about as good as I can do right now in this room because, as you probably saw on the panorama, well, I know you saw it on the panorama, but there's not really like a table or a desk or anything to sit down, and I don't really care for eating on a bed. So I went to Popeyes for kind of a early dinner, really late lunch. We'll go with early dinner. And they had this new, what was it called? Red stick chicken. And it's supposed to be really spicy and have a lot of seasonings and everything on it. So wanted to do a little taste test. And they also now have pecan pie, which I also wanted to try out. So we'll try that out together. So first of all, yeah, this is the chicken. It has a slight red tinge to it, but otherwise just looks like a basic chicken strip. It's really good, but that's got quite a kick to it. I don't know if you normally will get Popeyes, their spicy chicken strips, but yep, this definitely has a heat that kicks in about 30 seconds after you swallow. So make sure to have some water handy. All right, well, now let's try the pecan pie and see how that holds up. So pecan pie is actually one of my favorite desserts, pecan pie and chess pie. So let's dig in. So you can see that this is the type of pecan pie that has all of the pecans on the top. It's a fairly thick pie, and it has a lot of the Cairo syrup type filling in the middle, which is good. They keep it chilled, which keeps it from becoming too liquidy, and the flavor, it's pretty good. I can be a little judgmental on my flavor of pecan pie, but yep, this tastes really good. I think it's not better than my parents at all because my parents make amazing pecan pie, but it's pretty decent. So yeah, can't complain. So if you like pecan pie, I definitely recommend that you give the one at Popeyes a try. Good morning from New Orleans. So this is my first full day in New Orleans, so I'll get to walk around, sightsee, and share some of what I see with you. Yesterday was a lot of traveling, so I was a little tired when I got into New Orleans. Didn't really do much besides go to Popeyes and do that food review. But otherwise, today I'm just gonna walk around and see. Right now I am currently outside of the World War II Museum. It is an excellent museum for World War II history. If you really like it, if you're within the United States, it really is the World War II museum to go to. The ticket prices are a little bit pricey, but they're not too bad, so definitely worth the money. Definitely need to check it out. But yeah, let's walk around. So while New Orleans is very walkable, there are also bikes around town, these blue areas that are sponsored by Louisiana medical programs, where you can rent them and bike around town. So if you don't like walking, these bikes are an easy way to get around. One good way, if you'd like to see a little bit more of the Mississippi River without paying a ton for a cruise, is a ferry that goes from Canal Street all the way over to Algiers. So the cost for one way is $2, and it's cash only, an exact cash only. However, outside is a change machine where you can change your dollar bills to, or your bills, so like your 20s, your 10s, your 5s, into dollar coins. So that was interesting. I now have a pocket full of dollar coins, which will be interesting to spend since nobody ever uses them. But new experience, and well, absolutely fantastic views. Well, I'm here in Algiers Point, and while Algiers Point is not exactly the middle of the hustle and bustle of New Orleans, if you want a good place that's quiet and calm and relatively safe to go running, to walk your dog if you've brought your dog with you, or somewhere to just get a good feel of New Orleans architecture, housing style, Algiers Point is a great place to just walk around and absorb a little bit of old New Orleans without the crowds. So I found a really cute cafe in Algiers. So not super crowded, but there are several people here. It's really just nice. Today's a beautiful day, even though it is towards the end of November. But this cafe has a lot of great options for people who have food allergies. So for instance, I'm lactose intolerant, and my chia seed pudding is made with coconut milk, and my latte is made with oat milk. So it's really cute, has a great atmosphere, so I think you should really try it out. And then for another $2, you can get back on the ferry and back across to the main part of New Orleans. Well, another part of New Orleans that you can see is Jackson Square. So the place to go and get your beignets is the famous Café du Monde, which always has a super crazy line. So honestly, I usually will try and get my beignets at the one in the Riverwalk because it's just a lot less crowded, but you don't quite get the same experience. Some of the great things to do about New Orleans, it's just to walk around, see what you can find, especially around the French Quarter where it's relatively safe, especially during the daytime. And sometimes you can find really cool things like the Ursuline Convent that is the oldest building in the Mississippi River area. So yeah, come around and check it out. I'm here on a Sunday, so I can't go inside, but if you are here Monday through Saturday, you should check out the museum inside. I've heard it's really good. Well, after walking around downtown and seeing all kinds of old buildings and really cool things, I'm gonna check out the aquarium and also see a movie. So when you get the ticket for the aquarium, it is a little pricey, it's about $30, but it also comes with a ticket for a 3D movie that's about 30 minutes. So yeah, let's go in and check it out.
So that night I went to La Thai with some of my friends, and we had some great starters like some squid, shrimp, spring rolls, and then for dinner I had a very delicious spicy basil fried rice. And for dessert we went next door to the Creole Creamery where I had a absolutely great ice cream sundae, and you should definitely try both places out.
Well, good morning. It's day 2 full day 2 in New Orleans. This morning we've got some beignets from Cafe Du Monde, and I'm gonna dig in and get powdered sugar all over my body.
The rest of my morning was spent at the Riverwalk Outlet Collection, just shopping and kind of spending my morning that way. Then for lunch we went to Cirio's Po' Boys, where I got a fried shrimp po' boy that was really good. Bread was a little tough, but it was very good.
So now it's a little bit of dessert time at Willa Jean. It's a cafe, a restaurant and all, but then they also have these really great baked goods, and I got a praline brownie, which I'll show you in just a second.
So this brownie is pretty much honestly my last clip from the trip. Other than that, I kind of stopped filming because things got a little busy, but overall the trip to New Orleans was absolutely fantastic. There are so many great places to eat, and if you get the chance you should try some of them out, not just the ones that are top reviewed.